Hello everyone, welcome back to Physics online classes for class 11 students. Let us continue chapter 4 motion in a plane. Today we are going to study about special types of vectors. In the previous class we studied some different types of vectors. For example, we studied about polar vectors, axial vector, collinear vector, parallel and anti-parallel vectors, concurrent vectors, localized and non-localized vectors, coterminous, coplanar, resultant and displacement vectors. So these are some different types of vectors we have studied in the previous class. Today again we are going to study about types of vectors, but these are the special types of vectors which are very important. So now let us study about special types of vectors. Let us understand now special types of vectors. First one is equal vectors. Now let us consider AB and CD. These are having same magnitude and direction. You can observe this picture AB and CD. Vector AB is equal to vector CD, or we can write simply vector P equal to vector Q. So we know that when the physical quantity is a vector quantity, if it is having both magnitude and direction, we have to write arrow mark on the top of the letter. So we should read vector P is equal to vector Q or vector AB equal to vector CD. So these are called equal vectors. So here equal vectors means two or more vectors having same magnitude and same direction irrespective of their positions in space. If two vectors are having same magnitude and same direction, then we are going to call it as equal vectors. Then second one, opposite or negative or anti-parallel vectors. These are exactly opposite to equal vectors. So these are opposite vectors, or we can call it as negative vectors or anti-parallel vectors. Now you can observe this picture. Here vector AB is equal to minus of vector CD because these two vectors are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. They are having opposite directions, so we should write a negative sign. So how to write here? Vector AB is equal to minus of vector CD. Negative sign indicates that vector CD is in opposite direction to the vector AB. Or simply we can write vector P equal to minus of vector Q. So these are opposite vectors, or we can call it as negative vectors or anti-parallel vectors. Is how to define anti-parallel vectors. Any two vectors of same type which are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So we are going to call it as opposite vectors or negative vectors or anti-parallel vectors. Remember, these two vectors are having same magnitude but opposite in direction. Then the third type of vector is unit vector. Unit means one. How to define unit vectors? A vector having unit magnitude in a given direction. Unit magnitude means it is having only value 1. Unit means 1 magnitude. A vector, if it is having unit magnitude in a given direction, then we are going to call it as unit vector. So now let us consider vector A. A unit vector is equal to given vector divided by magnitude of that vector. How to write unit vector? A unit vector, for example, if I am going to consider a vector, vector A is equal to, how to write unit vector? Given vector divided by magnitude of that vector. That means it is represented as a cap. Always unit vectors are represented by the symbol cap. We have to draw the cap on the top of the letter. It is represented as A cap. How to read here? Unit vectors are represented by A cap, B cap or P cap. So here, how to write unit vector? A cap is equal to given vector divided by magnitude of that vector. Given vector is vector A divided by magnitude of that vector. Whenever we are going to write its magnitude value, so we have to write in a mod. This is mod of vector A. Mod of vector A gives only its magnitude value. Yes, how to write unit vectors? A cap is equal to vector A divided by mod of A. So this is all about unit vectors. Now, the next one, zero vector. A vector having zero magnitude and having no specific direction is called zero vector or null vector, and it is represented by the symbol O, or we can read as vector O. Vector O represents zero vector. A vector having zero magnitude and having no specific direction. Zero magnitude. For example, if the object is at rest, what is its velocity? Velocity is zero, zero magnitude. When its magnitude is zero, when it has no specific direction, then we can call it as zero vector. If it is having magnitude 1, then we can call it as unit vector. So it is represented by the letter O, so we can read as vector O. For example, the velocity of a particle at rest. When the particle is at rest, its velocity is 0. Because there is no displacement, so velocity is 0 when the particle is at rest. So here the magnitude is equal to 0. There is no specific direction, so we are going to call it as zero vector. Second example, the position vector of a particle at the origin. The position vector of a particle at the origin means at the initial point, starting position. So its position is 0, 0. Right? Or it is simply zero vector. So zero vector is having zero magnitude and no specific direction. Then we can call it as zero vector or null vector. Then next one, rectangular unit vectors. Yes, let us consider a coordinate axis system, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. O indicates origin of the coordinate system. Here, I cap represents, remember whenever we are going to write cap on the letter, that indicates unit vector. I cap represents unit vector along x-axis. Whenever you are going to consider unit vector along x-axis, we are using the letter I. I cap represents unit vector along x-axis. Similarly, j cap represents unit vector along y-axis. Then k cap represents unit vector along z-axis. I cap, j cap and k cap. These are unit vectors along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Then, how to define rectangular unit vectors? These are the unit vectors along the positive direction of axis of the coordinate system. So, these are the unit vectors we are going to represent along positive direction of the axis. That means positive x-axis, positive y-axis and positive z-axis. So these are called rectangular unit vectors. Right? Then next one, position vector. Position, a vector which represents the position of a point in a magnitude and direction with respect to a coordinate system. We are going to represent position of a particle with respect to coordinate system. So we are going to call it as position vector. Now let us consider a point P in the space having position 2, 3. That means along x-axis its value is 2, along y-axis its value is 3. Now let us consider a positive x-axis, positive y-axis. O indicates origin of the coordinate system. We considered a point P in the space and its value is 2 and 3. Yes, position vector of point P with respect to coordinate system. You can observe initially or the origin of the coordinate system is 0. Here the values are given 2 and 3. 2 is along x-axis. You can observe the points 0, 1, 2. At 2 we have to take the point P, and here one more point is 3. 3 we have to take along y-axis 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3. Here we will get position vector of the point P with respect to the coordinate system. So P or the vector P indicates how to write vector P, position of the particle. Position of the particle in the coordinate system is represented along positive x-axis and positive y-axis. Here we took the example of 2 and 3. 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. How to write position vector? Observe here. Vector P is equal to 2 I cap. Why we have to write I cap? I cap is a unit vector. Its value is equal to 1. 2 into 1 is 2. 3 into 1 is 3. I cap we have to take along positive x-axis. J cap we are going to take along positive y-axis. So vector P equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. This is the final position of the point P. Then where is the initial position? Initial position of the point P is at the origin. So at the origin its magnitude is 0. There is no specific direction. So we have to consider 0 vector. 0 vector is represented by O. So vector O is equal to, I am going to write 0 I cap plus 0 j cap, because its initial position is at the origin of the coordinate system. At this point its magnitude is 0 along x-axis and along y-axis. Yes, how to write its value? Vector P equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. This is the final position and its initial position is at the origin. So we should consider 0 vector. So vector O equal to 0 I cap plus 0 j cap. Then we have to write the final position vector. OP or the vector OP. Why we have to write vector OP? Because we know that change in the position is written as final position minus initial position. Final position is vector P and initial position is vector O. So we have to write vector OP is equal to vector P minus vector O. So why we have to write vector P minus vector O? Because P is final position, O is initial position. Final position minus initial position, that gives change in the position of a particle. So we have to write final position minus initial position, that is vector P minus vector O. Vector P is what? 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus vector O, that gives 0 I cap plus 0 j cap. So here minus of 0 I cap 0 j cap means again we will get the same answer, 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. So this is the vector which represents position of a point in magnitude and direction with respect to a coordinate system. Now we got the final answer, 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. Remember, I cap and j cap are the unit vectors along x-axis and y-axis. So these are the special types of vectors. So today we studied about position vector, unit vectors, negative vectors, or we can call it as anti-parallel vectors, rectangular vectors. So these are very important and the special types of vectors